Good evening and welcome to the news. First, the headlines. Prime Minister Modi to embark on two-day visit to Uzbekistan for Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. The MOU is the result of multiple factors and multiple meetings, says Chief Minister Khasi. Government will soon notify the Town Vending Committee to identify a permanent place as vending zones, says Deputy Chief Minister Prashanth. And members can speak in the local dialect whether participating in the debate on the Governor's address, motions and resolutions, says Chief Minister Khasi. The news in detail. Prime Minister Modi will be on a two-day visit to Samarkand in Uzbekistan from tomorrow to attend the 22nd meeting of the Council of Heads of State of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, SCO. Modi is visiting the country at the invitation of the President of Uzbekistan, Shavkat Mirziyoyev. The External Affairs Ministry said that the SCO summit will be attended by leaders of SCO member states, observer states, and Secretary General of the SCO, Executive Director of the SCO Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure, President of Turkmenistan, and other invited guests. During the summit, the leaders are expected to review the organization's activities over the past 2 decades and discuss the state and prospects of multilateral cooperation in the future. The Assembly today witnessed noisy scenes over the Memorandum of Understanding MOU signed between Meghalaya and Assam on the 6 out of 12 areas of differences for the first phase of border settlement. Chief Minister Khasi, during the question hour on the 4th day of the autumn session, had rejected the plea to review the MOU. Chief Minister reiterated that the question of reviewing the MOU does not arise. According to Sangma, the MOU is the result of multiple factors and multiple meetings. However, the stand of the Chief Minister has irked North Shillong MLA Adelbert Nongrum, who in an emotional outburst questioned the government's intention. Deputy Chief Minister Prashanth intervened and asked Nongrum not to dramatize the situation, while the Speaker asked the members to keep the decorum of the House.
Let him name that question. Why I was telling the Honourable Member to name the areas of differences is because sometimes this happens, sir. We become emotional about some issue, not even knowing the areas of differences, not even knowing the villages, not even knowing the sentiment of the people out there, not even knowing what has actually gone into it. If there are areas of concern that are there, please name them. Tell us which area you're talking about. This is a serious matter. We are here for serious discussion. We are ready to answer all the questions. We're ready to take the talks forward, but please be specific and give us constructive opinions, even if it may be criticism.
Deputy Chief Minister Prashanth today told the Assembly that the state government will soon notify the Town Vending Committee to identify a permanent place as vending zone. Replying to a 0-hour notice brought by Maulai legislator P.T. Saukmi on the 4th day of the autumn session, Tinsong said that this is being done so that the public at large does not suffer, as well as the street hawkers are able to earn their livelihood in a daily basis. Deputy Chief Minister also made it clear that there is no intention on the part of the government to remove the street vendors without providing them alternate location or place for them to vend and sell their products.
Have been registered, identified in the 6 municipal towns. Since the rules has been notified by the government, constitution of town vending committee is in the process, and I'm sure within a short period of time this will be done. So once this town vending committee is in place, I'm very sure, sir, we will be able to identify. This very committee will identify a permanent place for the vending zones.
Chief Minister Conrad Sangma in the Assembly today advocated that all legislators should be allowed to speak in Khasi and Garo languages while participating during the debate inside the House. While replying to the call attention motion moved by Nongpo MLA Merulborn Lingdo on the 4th day of the autumn session, Sangma said that the members can speak on the local dialect while participating in the debate on the Governor's address, motions and resolutions. He said that this will be a strong message to the centre about the sincerity and determination of the state in obtaining recognition of the two languages.
Because of the advantages the language gets once it is included in the 8th schedule, we as a government and as legislatures are not just demanding it, but we are also practicing it by ensuring that the House also is adopting the language and allowing the members to speak in Khasi or in Garo language. Filmmaking, music, songs, literature, all these different activities where we can promote our language should be taken up.
Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah greeted the nation on Hindi Divas. In a tweet, Modi extended his greetings to all those who have contributed tirelessly in making Hindi prosperous and empowered. In a tweet, Shah saluted the great personalities who have contributed in the preservation and promotion of Hindi. The Meghalaya Hindi Prachar Parishad, on the occasion of Hindi Divas, organized a program at Rupreka Higher Secondary School, Shillong. The chief guest of this program was the local MLA and BJP leader Alexander Lalu Hek. Various programs were organized and students who performed well in the examinations were also honored. Speaking on the occasion, Hek described Hindi as the soul of the country. He urged the students to use Hindi language as much as possible. In Doordarshan Kendra Shillong, the inaugural program was also held today on Hindi Divas at the conference hall.
हिंदी ने भारत को विश्व स्तर पर विशेष सम्मान दिलाया है और इसकी सादगी और संवेदनशीलता हमेशा लोगों को आकर्षित करती है। इसके अतिरिक्त जो राजभाषा के कार्यान्वयन का जिम्मेदारी गृह मंत्रालय की है और उसी के अंतर्गत हमारे सभी जो केंद्र सरकार के कार्यालय हैं उनका ये विशेष दायित्व है कि जो संविधान में जो प्रावधान किए गए हैं उनके अनुसार हम हिंदी की जो लक्ष्य हैं उनकी प्राप्ति करें।
The FKGAGP West Khasi Hills District on Tuesday met the Deputy Commissioner, West Khasi Hills, Garrod LSN Dykes, and sought clarification after Assam officials, including MLA, officers and police officials under the leadership of the leaders of opposition D. Saikia, recently went and organized a meeting at Langpi and also inspected some villages at Langpi area, including Mausikar, Makoibari and other villages. Carrie Oscar Kharmuti, Vice President of FKJGP West Khasi Hills, said that after a meeting with the DC, it was learnt that the district administration did not receive any information and know nothing about the official visit carried out by Assam. The FKJGP demanded the state government authorities to speak up immediately against the issue. Kharmuti said that the last time the two chief ministers of both the states met together at Langpi and they had vowed to respect the status quo.
Ni mentangi kuat ke jeng pensai na kaliang juga state government nang ni na po ka jala ka ni ka Meghalaya baka bukan ong halor ka ni ka jingja ka padang dep jasi sajan kam dei bon snap jar malada ka snap jar bu asam nang thi uwan ni ka ban kam ka Langpi ka padang don hapo ka jing ya penbet lada ma uunut ban ong ba si in si rum ai ngilingi keren sai ka ni ka singi watang siteng in si la ni siksai ru nginum ai.
And a quick look at the weather report. The maximum temperature recorded was 23.1 degrees Celsius, the minimum 16.4 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity in the morning was 76%, while that in the evening rose to 86%. 5.7 millimeters of rainfall was recorded. The forecast: moderate rain is very likely to occur at many places. Our news bulletin is also available live on our YouTube channel. In addition to watching on television, viewers may visit the DD News Shillong YouTube channel to tune in to our daily bulletin. And another look at the headlines before we wind up. Prime Minister Modi to embark on two-day visit to Uzbekistan for Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit. The MOU is the result of multiple factors and multiple meetings, says Chief Minister Conrad Prasanna. Government will soon notify the Town Vending Committee to identify a permanent place as vending zones, says Deputy Chief Minister Prashant Pinson. And members can speak in the local dialect, whether participating in the debate on the governor's address, motions and resolutions, says Chief Minister Kamal Khan. Well, viewers, that's all we have in this edition of the Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow evening for more news and updates.